All day. That's right, all day. Today gonna be a good day.
Here's Davis on first down, turning the corner with block, 50, 45, 40, 25, 30, 25, 20, down the sideline to the 10 to the 5. Stephen Davis scores! Touchdown, Auburn!
In 1994, the Auburn Tigers brought with them the winning attitude that had been forged in the unforgettable, undefeated season of 1993. It was an attitude that defied pressure, ignored the odds, and banded his team together with unquestioned courage and character.
The 20, the 10, he's gone! Robinson, touchdown, Auburn!
To go undefeated for a second straight year would be unheard of. And yet, in 1994, the Auburn Tigers had the motivation, the drive, the audacity to go for it again.
Florida's got the big rush on Nick. He floats one in the end zone. It is caught! Touchdown, Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown,
Auburn! We win it because of what? Because we work hard. Because we pay the price every day. Because we know that's the right thing to say. And we also know that's the right thing to do. Now let's go out and do it.
When the season began, the work ethic at practice was obvious.
Go, Forster. I'm here. Step right here, forward. Make a play.
I'm looking at his hip, and I'm my first step here, and I'm gonna end up right there driving, okay?
But after a perfect season in 1993, what could this team do for an encore?
My greatest concerns this year were what motivators would we really have? And it concerned me very much because last year we were playing on the pride factor, respect. Gosh, let's just get our Auburn respect back. We have pride. We want people to believe that we're a top program again. We want to be winners again. So we began to look for something that might boil the blood, that might get those players excited again. And then when we heard the players say, hey, let's do it again, let's go 11-0 again, such an audacious remark just naturally grabbed me. I said, hey, let's go for it all.
Any concerns Coach Bowden might have had about his team's attitude evaporated after a 14-point first-quarter outburst in the season opener at Ole Miss.
Here's Nick faking. He's under pressure. He shoots the pass upfield. Tight end catches it at the 20. Broke the tackle. 15 to the 10 to the 5. He's gone! That's Jesse McCovery. Touchdown, Auburn!
Despite an inexperienced quarterback and rebuilt offensive line, the offense showed an ability to move the ball. There was no question among the players that they could get the job done.
A lot of guys have accepted their roles. They stepped up. They believe in themselves. They believe in the player that's next to them. They have a lot of respect for each other. They want to win. I mean, it's a great bunch of guys that don't believe that we can lose. A lot of guys with a lot of heart and a lot of character.
The running of Stephen Davis and the relentless pounding of the Auburn defense subdued the rebel uprising in Oxford. The Tigers would take a hard-fought 22-17 victory back to the Plains.
Man, I'm proud of you. No slowing down now, man. No slowing. That's going to come back and be a sweeter win than you think. That's going to be they had everything to play for. They were pumped. They had everything to go for. And I pray everything they had the cards against you. Let's bow for a word of prayer.
The following week, the Tigers honed their skills against Northeast Louisiana. A 44-12 victory brought the streak to 13 straight and set the stage for what has become an annual showdown with LSU. Auburn fans were expecting a spirited contest between these two SEC rivals, but nothing could have foreshadowed what they were about to witness. On this cloudy, damp afternoon, they saw one of the finest defensive performances in Auburn history and one of the greatest comebacks in the history of college football.
Howard, one setback, that's Sharp looking to get outside, lost the football, it's loose in the end zone, Auburn falls on it, Auburn got it for a touchdown, touchdown Auburn! Chris Schilling fell on the loose ball, as Sharp was forced to fumble, Mike Shelton hit him, the ball rolled into the end zone, Auburn's got the lead, 9-7.
Despite defensive back Chris Schelling's second quarter heroics, the Tigers struggled to put points on the board. LSU stymied Auburn's offense while scoring 16 unanswered points. 3 plays into the fourth quarter, LSU extended its lead to 23-9. It appeared as if Auburn's magnificent streak of 13 victories was destined to end at the hands of LSU. With just under 13 minutes left in the contest, Auburn's defense took center stage.
Howard waiting, taking the snap, looking with time, throwing upfield, intercepted by Alvis at the 40, 35 to 30, Alvis to the 25 to 20 to 15, Alvis to the 10, still on his feet to the 5, Alvis in the end zone, touchdown Auburn! Broke a tackle and somehow kept his feet at the 5. They had 2 men on him. Both of them hit him, and I don't see how he kept his balance, but he did.
Once Ken Alvis made that first interception, you know, that just got us going. That got the defense pumped up well. You know, it made us see that we can score points. And we came out the next series and got an interception and put it in the end zone again.
Out of the eye, they need 11 yards. Taking is Howard, play faking Howard. He's got time, up the middle, press, intercepted at the 32, at the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's in, touchdown Auburn! Grant Smith! Grant Smith!
Fred Smith's unbelievable effort tied the game at 23-all. But on the next series, LSU would move the ball again, adding a field goal to retake the lead 26-23. Was it too much to expect another defensive miracle?
Howard wants to throw. Howard fires. Passes tipped around. It's intercepted at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10. He's gone. Robinson, touchdown Auburn! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 3 interception returns for a touchdown. Bring Auburn back in this ball game, and it's the defense. Can you say defense, Auburn? Unreal.
Auburn had taken the lead for good, 30-26. LSU would take one more desperation shot at victory. But SEC Player of the Week Chris Schilling brought down the curtain for good with his second interception of the game. Auburn had won perhaps the wildest game in its 102-year history, and the streak was alive at 14 straight.
Men, you just saw, if it ain't the greatest defensive ball game ever played, I ain't ever seen it. I have never defense. I may never ever be one like that. Hey, listen up. Listen. And offense, don't you pout. You better have just as much fun as they did. But we're gonna,
we scored every time we got in the second half.
Hey, offense, you have a great time tonight because we got our work cut out for us next week. Listen. We win together. Defense, when you had to do it, you had to score, you had to stop them, you took it down from the deepest part of your heart, and you did it. That offense is going to come back and help you one day. We're going to be after it every day. Everybody, listen. Hey, don't you let me DC one down on offense because I'm so proud I can't stand it. You don't ever have a win. Hey, get it going now. Ready? Ready. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. War Eagle, fly the field. Never the conquer, never the yield. War Eagle, finish the I know them to go, go, go. On the victory, stand up, stand. Give it up, stand up, yeah. Hey, War Eagle, win from Auburn, town, Dixieland. Hey!
Against LSU, Coach Wayne Hall's defense had worked miracles. But even on an average day, it ranked among the league leaders. It was a group that played hard every down, looking for any opportunity to make the big play.
Our style was simple this year. We wanted to be more aggressive. When the ball's in the air, just pretty much think it's ours. And if a receiver catch the ball, make him pay for catching it.
The Auburn secondary was as talented as any group in memory. Dale McGee, Fred Smith, and Ken Alvis provided excellent coverage. Brian Robinson's aggressive nature paid dividends this season as he led the conference with 8 interceptions, including 2 against LSU and 3 against Florida. But the leader of the secondary was cornerback Chris Schelling. He seemed to always be around the ball, blitzing, punishing receivers after the catch, and making the big interception. Linebackers Jason Miska, Anthony Harris, and Marcellus Mostella enjoyed punishing enemy ball carriers. But it was the defensive front four that set the tone for this unit.
Well, it's just an aggressive style that we want to play with the guys up front. It just shows their attitude and their aggression and the way they want to get to the quarterback. It's just a feeling that everybody wants to make the play.
Mike Pelton, Willie Whitehead, Gary Walker, and Alonzo Etheridge struck fear in the hearts of opposing backs. This Auburn defense set high standards for itself all year and did not allow a single touchdown to be scored in the first quarter until the 7th week of the season. The Kentucky game would be played on a Thursday night on ESPN. This was a chance to show the nation what Auburn Audacity was all about. Coach Bowden and his staff had constructed a game plan the Tigers executed to perfection. On game day, working with offensive coordinator Tommy Bowden and assistant coach Jimbo Fisher, Coach Terry Bowden calls every play the Tigers run.
Give me an L over motion, 46. No too tights. No too, yeah. Watch it. Are they gonna check 3, Tommy? They checking 3? L over motion, 46. Play calling is very much like playing chess. You're thinking moves ahead. You're not just thinking your first move, but you're also thinking your second, your third move. 5-step it, L 344 double post. Read it now, 1st and 10. The whole time, I might be saying to Tommy, what do you like? What do you like? That's usually done while our defense is on the field. And so that's kind of how it's done. There's one chess player, but you've got to constantly take in information and advice while at the same time you've got to pull that all into one game plan. I swear it could go big, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it could.
Never done it. Oh, good. Come on. Get upfield, north, south, right. Good cut. Golly, what a cut. Touchdown.
No, 5 yards.
6.
Sometimes you're working to set something up, and all of a sudden Terry will just get an idea, and he'll just call it, and you won't get to say anything, and the play will be in.
R-tight over motion, 46.
See if he brings him. No, shouldn't bring him.
Should not bring him, right?
Should not bring him.
It ought to be outside.
It ought to be a touchdown.
Touchdown, that's it. There it is.
The offense executed Coach Bowden's game plan to perfection. And the defense added some scoring punch of their own.
3rd and 6. At the 36, O'Farrell with a play fake. Going to roll out, going to throw. Intercepted. Alvis at the 35, 30, 20, 10. He's gone. Touchdown, Auburn!
Yeah, in chess, they would have called it checkmate. But the Tigers called it a well-earned 41-14 conference victory. After the solid performance against Kentucky, the Auburn offense was ready to fly. On October 6th, Coach Bowden turned it loose against rising conference power Mississippi State.
Nick steps up in the pocket, fires, complete to Sanders at the 7. He fights off a tackle at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
The young Bulldogs would have a great year, but this day they got a lesson in poise and execution from the Auburn Tigers. Auburn put 21 points on the board in the first quarter alone and was never threatened the rest of the way.
Boy, Auburn could deliver a knockout punch for the score here. Fake the toss sweep. Nix is going to go long down the middle of the field. Sanders, he's got it at the 15 to the 10 to the 5. He's gone! Touchdown, Auburn! 56 yards!
The Tigers' offense would dominate every phase of the game, amassing more than 550 yards of total offense. Stephen Davis had another rushing effort over 100 yards. And Frank Sanders added another 175 yards in receiving. But most impressive was the performance of Patrick Nix. In 23 attempts, he completed 16 passes for 311 yards and 3 touchdowns.
First and goal for the Tigers out of the eye. Here's a play fake. Nix in trouble. He's going to throw in the end zone. Morrow takes it over the shoulder. He's got it. Touchdown, Auburn!
The prolific performance by Patrick Nix put him in elite company, joining Pat Sullivan and Stan White as the only 300-yard passers in the history of Auburn football. This 42-18 win sent a message across the country that Auburn was ready to test the best, ready to take on #1 ranked Florida at the Swamp.
Offense has been taken on the chin for a while, but I think that we came in here and executed, and that's what we wanted to come do. And we showed that if we execute, sort of what we can do. And we're very happy right now, very proud of ourselves. But we got a long way to go. We still got to keep working. We got to go right back tomorrow and get back to work because we got a big one this coming week, very big one, and we know it.
The offense had come of age. When the season began, it featured a rebuilt offensive line and the first new starting quarterback at Auburn in 4 years. Much of its success was due to the rapid development of the young players up front.
We've come a long way in, this year. I mean, this offensive line that when we first started together, we didn't really know how to play, together as a unit. And I think every game, every week, we've learned a little bit more about each other, and we keep on coming on and getting better. This is an offensive line that has the potential to be great.
With solid protection, the passing game flourished. Patrick Nix completed an impressive 67% of his passes, finishing the season #2 in the SEC in total offense. But his success went far beyond the numbers.
The thing about Patrick is that it just took him some time to get some reps on this belt. He's shown a lot of leadership, a lot of poise, and I think because he's so vocal on the field, and a lot of guys have respect him for that because he decides I'm the leader and I can make this offense run. I don't have to run it by myself. So I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to get the ball around, spread it around. And I think his confidence in his player really helps him be the player that he is.
Nix was blessed with a talented group of veteran receivers. While Frank Sanders often attracted the most attention, Thomas Bailey was one of the most sure-handed and reliable receivers in Auburn history. On the other side, Frank Sanders led the conference in receiving yards. Most importantly, he was a player who thrived on pressure. He wanted the ball with the game on the line.
You know, a lot of people don't see the little things that he does, you know, as far as the routes that he runs and how precise they are, and how, you know, he can get himself open even in tight coverage, and, you know, how he'll go up and make a catch. And, you know, he's definitely an electrifying receiver, and, you know, it's very fun to throw the ball to. It's great to throw the ball up because there's just such a confidence that he's going to catch it.
In a very short time, Nix to Sanders became one of the most famous passing combinations in Auburn history. Their exploits in big games will be hard to beat. No one wins at the Swamp, period. It has a history of being one of the toughest stadiums in college football. But the Auburn Tigers walked into Florida Field with confidence in their eyes and their heads held high.
When we went out there in that field, there was no doubt that we could win. It's not that we were definitely going to win, as a matter of fact, or that there was just some kind of mystical reason that we were going to win. It was that lack of doubt that propelled us to win.
It didn't take long for the Gators to realize they were in for a shootout. They had finally run into an offense they couldn't intimidate.
The inside handoff, rolls to his right and throw in the end zone for Bailey. Bailey, did he get it? He got it! Touchdown, Auburn!
The Tigers also added a new wrinkle to their game plan, making extensive use of the tight end, something the Gators had not seen before.
They played a defensive scheme which pretty much used two linebackers, and they were, anytime you do that, there's a little bit bigger void in there for a tight end route. A lot of defenses now, like ours, a lot of teams we play use a three linebacker scheme where there's a little less room in there for a tight end, but it gave the tight end a little more flexibility and freedom in there to work.
The strategy worked to perfection. Andy Fuller would finish with 7 catches for 115 yards. The big tight end's busy day helped set up 3 first-half Matt Hawkins field goals. While the Gators were able to move the ball, they could not escape Auburn's relentless pass rush or the Tigers' big play secondary.
Back to throw is Dean. Dean's going to arch one out long down the middle of the field. It's intercepted by Robinson at the 30, and over the shoulder catch. Robinson's going to bring it back upfield, 35. He'll dart out of bounds, crossing the 40 at the 43-yard line. High set. They're going to run the end-around reverse to Sanders. Sanders with blockers ahead of him, turns it upfield at the 25 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Auburn!
Auburn led 22-14 at the half. But Florida regrouped and scored twice, moving ahead 26-22. But to the Tigers, falling behind only presented an opportunity to battle back. The second and third efforts of Stephen Davis and the strategy of throwing to the tight end paid huge dividends.
Out of the shotgun. Nixon trouble, throws over the middle, wide open tight end, 25. Breaking a tackle is Fuller at the 20 to the 15. He's down the far side to the 10 to the 5. He's going to go. He is in. Touchdown, Auburn!
With Fuller's touchdown, it was Auburn by 3. But this contest was far from over. When Florida tried to add to its advantage, Brian Robinson stepped up with his 3rd interception of this wild and unpredictable game. That gave the Tigers the momentum for what would become one of the most memorable drives in Auburn history. Despite facing 4th and long, the Tigers were undaunted.
You know, I can remember during the timeout that
there seemed to be no doubt in Coach Bowden's voice and the other coach's voice, no doubt in the players' looks and their voices that we were going to get the job done. And I remember when we called the play, and I went to the huddle to call the play, and I told the line, just give me time. We've got to have time to get the ball down the field. We can't throw anything underneath. We've got to get a first down.
On 4th and 10, the line gave their quarterback time, and the Tigers got their first down. With no timeouts and the Florida crowd roaring, could the Tigers pull out one more miracle?
The thing about it is Patrick came to me with like a minute or something to go in the game. He said, "But when we get the ball back, we're going to go down and score. Look at me, Frank. We're going to go down and score." And he pulled my shoulder, and I said, "I got you, Patrick. I understand."
Florida's got the big rush on Nix. He floats one in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Auburn! Sanders caught it. Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn! Frank Sanders from Nix. Auburn's ahead. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
If you could draw it up, you wouldn't draw it up any differently.
I look up, there's Gilmore on me, number 35. I look back at Patrick to make sure that he sees what I see.
They came at us and blitzed us and went man-to-man against Frank.
When he said hike, I just saw a touchdown.
We had a flag route called, and that's one of our better man routes. And Frank is by far the best man receiver to go up and catch a ball. And
he was on me one-on-one. I couldn't believe that. And I guess Patrick saw it too, and he got rid of the ball. Laid it up for me because he has a lot of confidence in me going up and get the ball.
On the sideline, there was joy and satisfaction. There was pride. They had been a 17-point underdog. They had the audacity to invade the swamp and send the Gators tumbling from their #1 ranking. They had now beaten Florida 2 years in a row. They had accomplished what no one thought they could.
Hey, it's one thing, they call it luck. When we do it like this, we believe like this. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe.
Man, there are so many heroes. So many heroes. When you out there and every single one of you believes you got to do the thing that wins a game, and every say, if the world didn't believe it, you're #1 today. I don't care what they say. You never quit believing. You never thought the game was over. We're fighting for timeouts because we knew you were going to do it, defense. Great job, offense. Great job, man. It was the greatest team win I've ever been a part of. The best ever, I tell you. This one will go down, buddy. And I'm proud to be with you. Now, listen, man. Now, listen what the game plan, man. We're going to have a good time tonight now.
And back in Auburn, Alabama, Toomer's Corner was the place to celebrate this audacious Tiger victory. Auburn captured the glory of the Florida victory, brought it back home, and ripped into Arkansas. On offense, the Nix to Sanders duo continued to torment enemy secondaries. So many players were contributing to this Auburn success. Taking the consistent snaps of Brian Brinsville, Hunter Terry Daniel pinned opposing teams deep in their own territory. The offensive line blasted holes for Stephen Davis to gain 246 yards, the 5th highest single-game rushing mark in Auburn history.
He's a good, big, hard runner, but he's also got the speed and quickness that a little man possesses.
Every time I go out and block, I need to make a big block to spring Stephen into the secondary or make that block to spring him into the end zone. And in the Arkansas game, I just felt like I went out and blocked up to my capabilities. Each time I make a block, I look up to see which way Steve is going, and I'm getting up off the ground trying to make another block for him.
Fullback Joe Frazier did just that. With number 5 leveling an Arkansas defender, Stephen Davis cruised to his 3rd touchdown of the game. Davis would finish the season as the number 1 rusher in the SEC. With Davis leading the way, Auburn won its 19th straight, 31-14 over Arkansas. Against East Carolina, Auburn's secondary again showed why it was one of the best in college football, with 4 drive-killing interceptions. On special teams, Joe Frazier, number 5, gave the Pirates a good old-fashioned Tiger welcome, and then helped clear a path for Stephen Davis.
Toss sweep, Stephen Davis getting outside, turns the corner at the 5, heel walks in, touchdown, Auburn!
Nix and Sanders lit up the scoreboard with some long bombs.
Nix is going long to Sanders, he's got it at the 7 for the 5, he's gone, touchdown, Auburn! 44 yards, Nix to Sanders.
Auburn's 38-21 victory extended college football's longest winning streak to 20 games and set up the annual showdown with Georgia. How long can the shine stay on perfection? Against nearly insurmountable odds, Auburn had not lost since 1992. The Tigers had become every opponent's number 1 target. When they roared into Jordan-Hare Stadium this night, they knew this latest confrontation with the Bulldogs would not be easy. Auburn's defense went right at the Bulldogs, holding them to just 3 first-half field goals. On offense, the Tigers turned to the SEC's top runner.
Here's a toss sweep to Davis, rolling to the right side. Davis got his first down, got more, bouncing off tackles to the 5. He's in! Touchdown, Auburn!
And in I formation, if you have the luxury of having a fast back that is big, then you've got the best ingredient in the I formation. But to have a back that is fast as Stephen Davis, and you've got to remember in high school, he was clocked in a 10.2800 meters in high school. And a back that's almost 230 pounds, when you've got him at tailback and you give him the ball 20 to 25 times, it's going to cause a lot of wear and tear.
The give is going to be to Davis, running to the right side. Stephen looking for a block, cuts it back at the 35 to the 30, open field to the 25 to the 20 to the 15. He's going to go to the 10 to the 5. He's gone! Touchdown, Auburn!
With Davis gaining 186 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns, Auburn held a 23-9 third-quarter lead. But suddenly, fate would frown on them. Georgia hit for 2 second-half touchdowns, and the epic struggle ended in a stunning 23-23 deadlock. Auburn had come close, but just couldn't quite make it. After 20 straight, the incredible streak was history. The showdown for the state championship lived up to all expectations. Auburn and Alabama, both undefeated, both putting it all on the line in an all-out effort to claim victory. 3 Alabama touchdowns gave the Crimson Tide a 21-0 first-half advantage. With 30 minutes left, the stunned Tigers had to look deep within themselves for the courage, determination, and audacity to battle back. Auburn fans did not have to wait long for the comeback to begin.
The throw and fumbling the football is Alabama's Jay Barker, and I believe Auburn has fallen on it. Let's see. Auburn's got it. That's the first Alabama turnover of the day.
The Tigers took that turnover and confidently drove 72 yards through, over, and around the Alabama defense, all the way to the 1-yard line. It was obvious Auburn had gained its second win, and this game was far from over.
got a wide receiver to the right, a short drop by Barker. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He throws on the run, and this pass is intercepted by Brian Robinson. He's out to the 5, he's to the 10, he's to the 15, and out of bounds over at the 19-yard line.
With the Tide going nowhere, Auburn engineered another clutch all-or-nothing drive. This one would cover 73 yards. When Nix again dove in, Auburn had chopped the Alabama lead to 21-14 with 2:23 to play. Auburn quickly regained possession, but started a drive from its 1-inch line. Was there one more miracle in the hearts of these proud Tigers who had come from behind 11 times during the streak? After driving to the Tide 43, needing 3 yards for a first down, the Tigers were dealt a fatal blow. The crucial measurement showed them an inch short of keeping the drive alive. The 21-14 Alabama win came only after a tremendous Auburn effort, an effort that involved the pride of every Tiger player, an effort that did not fail, but just fell an inch short.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. On the day that we lost, I think you guys did more for Auburn today, the way y'all played, than we've done the last 20. Because we've had something going at Auburn. I know it, and we kept it going. That is totally believing that we got the way, and we know the plan, and we ain't ever going to stop. Now, whether that thing made it or not, it's just it's a matter of a spot. I'm so proud of you men. I'm so proud of you. I don't think anybody out there was just, those fans, I know, they're just hoping it ain't a blowout, but you guys thought you're going to win. I'm proud of you, man. Okay, go out with your head up. That's right. Go out with don't go out, I mean, do all your crying in here. That's right. Go out with your head up. Be a proud Auburn man. That's right. Because you just, seniors, you're the forever until somebody breaks it. I'm going to try to get a gut you guys in here that'll break it. You're the winningest team history of Auburn as a record. I'm proud of those seniors. Let's hear it for the seniors now. Hey. You put your hand up.
The season-ending setback could not diminish the outstanding accomplishments of this squad. They possessed the audacity to bring Auburn through turbulent times and set the stage for an even brighter future.
The seniors on this football team will have some things to take with them that are invaluable to their lives. One, to have gone through the adversity of the Ramsey situation, their first 2 years of college, and to come back and lose one ball game in 2 years. And I think all of Auburn needs to be proud, because look what happened. How many of you would have given anything almost if somebody said, hey, let's go through probation and win 20 games and lose one? You wouldn't have believed it. You wouldn't have given Auburn a chance. But Auburn has gone through probation, and it is now over. And it's never going to come back. And we've won 20 games, lost one, and tied one. And we're out there now ready to shoot for conference championships, bowl games, and national championships. And we could not have done it without the seniors on this '94 football team.
They returned pride and poise to Auburn football. They set a standard of excellence that will be difficult to match.